Hey guys, I'm back. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about my story, how I was able to grow my SMMA agency. And I believe if you guys implement the same strategies that I did, you can actually avoid some of the pitfalls and some of the things that simply do not work. Okay. So if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be giving you guys content, tips and tricks and things that can help you grow your agency, because these are things that I've personally implemented into my business. And I believe if you implement them the same way, that you'll have the same success as well. So let's get into it. So I started my agency in July of 2020. And this was basically, I would say, almost at the height of the pandemic. And if you read my bio, basically I start talking about what made me start an agency. I had been working with a marketing company and we were focused on the auto niche, right? And then from there, we basically had, which many companies did, we had what you would call the pandemonium, so to speak, right? Because we did lose clients because of the pandemic. You know, we had dealerships that stopped doing services, and there was a lot going on. It was a lot of uncertainty, right? And so with that, I basically lost some of the salary that I had, because you're getting paid on a book of business, right? And so from there, it wasn't necessarily about no more loyalty. It was more or less about, how can I secure something for myself? And that's why I always tell you guys, it's great that if you're working for a company, that's great. Any source of income that you can use to provide for yourself and your family is important, right? But also thinking about how you can set up something for yourself, because any job, tomorrow could, for instance, just cut ties with you, right? That's the uncertainty of what a job, especially in 2021 going into 2022. That's the uncertainty, right? Companies will always do what's best for the company. And if there was a recent article speaking on this, there was a recent article that just came out, and you might have seen it on social media, where a CEO had to fire over 900 employees via a conference call. Okay, so it's real. And and this was just a moment ago in December of 2021. Imagine all these people in their lives, and here comes the holiday season, what they're going to tell their son or daughter, right, or their spouse, right? That's not easy to swallow. And imagine if you had been working for that company for a couple of years, like you have invested in the time, thinking that this would be, your stake to claim. This is it. This is what you're going to do. You're going to work for this company, and at the end, this company is going to take care of you. Well, unfortunately, that's not always the case. And so going into that, I obviously started thinking about ways that I could, basically have something of my own, right? Build an agency, because like I tell you guys, I was very good at getting clients. So I knew getting clients would never really be the issue. Closing deals would never be the issue, right? And so what I did was I actually took 2 courses on Udemy. So you can go to udemy.com, and I'll put a link in the description below. But basically, you can go to Udemy. So I took 2 courses on Udemy, and with the courses that I took a Google Ads course, right? I got Google certified. This was before I started my agency. And then I took a Facebook course, right? And I'm going to tell you guys some cool things about that. But I took 2 courses, okay? And then I basically felt like, okay, I feel comfortable enough to get started, right? And believe it or not, it wasn't as simple as those 2 courses had made it seem. And in my personal opinion, this is why I give you guys a strategy call and a coaching program, because although those courses were very detailed, they were very informational and educational, right? They did not cover the exact specifics of the niches and the type of marketing that we wanted to do for our clients, right? In other words, if I was just going to run a Google Ads agency where we would be more of a management service, they'd be perfect, right? Or nonetheless, if we were going to hire and do like a Facebook ads management agency, they'd be perfect. Not necessarily in getting the client results, but in terms of setting up a nice, like I tell you guys, a beautiful campaign, so to speak, they would be absolutely perfect and flawless. But the downside is that when you work with a client, they want results, and they typically want them very fast, right? And so I knew right away that I needed to figure out how to get these business owners results. Because in my first, I want to say 2 weeks, I had signed up about 13 or 14 businesses. And so it took me 14 days to get my first one. Okay, because I was brand new to this whole niche. And then I just started snowballing, picking up a bunch of clients. But they weren't getting results, right? We couldn't get leads coming in because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to find the right outsourcers. I didn't know the right landing pages, the offers, the whole thing, the whole setup. Didn't know how to work it, right? And so what did I do? Like you guys are on YouTube right now. I saw a video, and guess what? I didn't hesitate. I reached out for a strategy call, and I got the help I needed. And then once I got that first strategy call, I started getting some, not a lot, but I started getting some client results. Then I joined a mastermind, okay? That mastermind was what, in my opinion, the best thing that could have happened to me. Why? Because I started to learn more about this business, right? And that's essentially like getting a team of people, a mastermind. I talk about this, that you can come to, like everyone's doing SMMA, you can come to a common ground, and then from there you can learn from one another, right? And so people on the mastermind would share tips. They would share things that they're doing, things that are working for them. And it's kind of inspirational too, because you're making phone calls, right? You don't know what you're doing. You're still figuring out, am I doing the right thing? Am I not? And so for me, putting all those things into play, I made it my business. Like I tell you guys all the time, even though you may be the owner of your company, act like an employee. Why? Because 9 times out of 10, if you've been working your job for more than 6 months or a year, and you are steady with the company and they're not looking to terminate you, that means you know how to do what? Work, right? But you may not know how to be an owner yet. Those are two different things. And so if you know how to work, put your head down, work. You just act like you're a worker for this company. You're working for a marketing company. And I made that my daily obligation because I had nothing else to fall back on, right? At that time. And so that was my daily obligation to get up, make phone calls, prospect the businesses, send the emails out, right? Do the whole follow-up like I'm showing you guys in the video, right? And that's how I started signing up clients. Then I made it a week goal. Every week, you got to have 1 to 2 businesses mandatory that have signed up with you every week. And that was how I began to grow faster. Then I started doing more market research. I started to look at my competitors. I started to see what makes their landing pages good, what type of specials and promotions they're running, what works in the marketplace. Then I reached up to help, say, hey, how do you just have such, how can you get irresistible offers that are going to work for your clients? How do you speak to your clients to get them to understand the strategies and why the strategies work, right? All of these things are important as you guys are building your agency. Why? Because they're going to come up. You're going to have a client that wants to get leads, phone calls, and sales, and you're going to have to communicate to them to say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, based on my research, based on what I found, this will be the best course of action, and now here's why, okay? And so from doing all those things, this was like lights out, head down, working, right? And then from there, you're going to start seeing what? It's like day by day, it starts going up, right? And so that's what the scope of my story is, the truth. And if you are looking to get started in SMMA, the first thing I would tell you, if you want to go fast, is to book a strategy call, okay? And if you're dead serious, you want to get into a coaching program. Why? You will save a lot of time and you will save a lot of money by getting the right answers to your questions. If you don't have the answers, you're guessing. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to sign up a client, go to Fiverr, and the guy on Fiverr or the lady on Fiverr is going to get me all the results, and I'm golden. If that were the case, the idea of SMMA probably would not exist, because business owners know about Fiverr too. They could just go to Fiverr, find the guy or the lady that could get them all these results, and guess what? They wouldn't need you. There's more than that. Or they could just go to Facebook. They could go through Facebook groups of quote unquote experts that could get them results, right? There's more to it. And so that's what I'm saying to you. And the beauty of it is that because there's more to it and it's easy to do, but it's obviously work to figure out, is it provides opportunity. That means that if figuring out your niche, figuring out the marketing, figuring out the strategy and making it work for a client has to occur, that means that you have an opportunity. And that's what businesses pay you for. They pay you for the value that you bring to them and the marketplace. You allow them to get more phone calls. You allow them to get more leads, and you decreased all of the waste. In many cases, if you're doing a pay per lead or pay per call, And if you can get, for example, like I talk about, if you can get it like a roofer, or let's say a tree guy, phone calls for people that want tree removal. They want the person to come out, give them an estimate, and they're typically looking to have the job done in a week or 2 weeks, or they're very serious about having the work done. And you can just flood their phone with those types of calls. And what I mean by flooding, maybe it's 100 calls in a month, maybe it's 40. Really won't matter, because with tree services or even roofing services, it's contingent on the project. A tree guy could get one phone call and make $10,000, guys, right? Same thing with a roofer. And so the value that you bring to these businesses, whether they're paying you $70 a phone call, 80 or 100 or whatever you guys, determine, is going to be based on that. So why, if a client says, listen, I could take as many calls as you want, why would you not want to spend, like we have a strategy call, I think it's about $300. Why would you not want to spend $300, get a strategy call, cut all the guesswork out, stop wasting money, stop wasting time, so that by next week or the following week or going into 2022, right, you can basically set the sale, start signing up clients, because you know how to work the phone, you watched a couple videos, and now you already know, I can implement this strategy for this business, right? And you're going to implement the strategy, and guess what? You're going to get them results. And the minute they start getting results and they're selling jobs, they're going to believe into your system. This is why I tell you guys that these things are important. Now, hey, maybe you say, Mike, I want to get a strategy call, but I'm not ready yet. Procrastination is not the road to success. To have success, you must not procrastinate. That's really key. Because imagine a business owner saying, well, I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to wait 6 months, or I'm going to wait 3 months. Imagine some of my clients that I'm working with now, that from me, a guy with literally no experience, just the gift of gab, and to have basically faith and belief that I'm going to be able to help someone get results, and to take a company from doing $10,000 a month over $100,000 a month. Imagine if they said, Mike, you know what? I'm going to wait. Where would they be today? That's the thing. So you want the right clients, you first have to be the catalyst. You have to be the one ready to take action. And because you're taking action, you're going to be connected to people in the field, whether you're working with home services, whether you want to do legal, whether you want to do medical, it doesn't matter, insurance, it doesn't matter what your vertical is, but you're going to connect with clients, right, that are on the same understanding of business, right? Now is the time to take action. Not a week from now, not a month from now. No, Mr. Business Owner, now. The reason now is because I know we can get you results now. We don't know what tomorrow's not promised to anybody, but right now we can help you set up and get your business to the top, get your business more results, get your business more phone calls, right? And so that's basically why you want to book a strategy call for yourself. You don't want to wait, okay? You don't want to wait, and especially with the cost of the strategy call, because we've been having a lot of good strategy calls, and people are really getting results from them. These calls are going to be, the cost of the calls are going to be going up, right? Because I know the value that you're going to have from speaking with me for 30 minutes to an hour. I already know you're going to get off that call, boom, and you're going to be right into motion, right into play. And from doing that, you're going to start seeing for yourself, wow, for me to get results, I must be willing to invest. And if I invest, I'm going to be connected to other people who's going to invest. And every time I want to go to the next level in business, in life, right, I'm going to be investing in what I want, because I know that I'm going to cut out all the wasted time of trying to figure it out. So guys, listen, this video has been helpful to you. I don't want to be much longer. What you want to do is you want to click the link in the description below, and you want to book a strategy call. And then for those of you that are looking for more than a strategy call, you want to see if you qualify for my coaching program, you can click the link in the description below as well for the coaching call, and then we can get on the phone and see if you qualify to be a part of my coaching program. I look forward to speaking to you guys next time.